Morning, guys. I'm out here in Panama City. I've got a thumb installation for you. It's on this Sani 225 or whatever size it is. But anyways, we'll get to it. A couple things. I showed you the there's the thumb, the cylinder, and there's the thumb mount here, right here. So let's go over to the installation instructions real quick. So here, this is actually it's an aftermarket one. Looks like it's for a backhoe, but it's going on this excavator. So we'll just flip it around that way and make it work. I've been putting them on these things. They go on. So always look at this thing got wet in the package, so it came apart. But I always check. They're all pretty much the same. Go to a full curl on the bucket, which I did, which as you see over there, that's at a full curl. And then allow a 1/2 inch clearance between the bracket and the bucket. And then we're gonna clamp, or we're gonna tack weld it in place. We're supposed to tack weld that, then come over here and our center to center on these brackets, pin center to pin center is 59 3/8, so we'll measure that out. We'll put that up there, tack it in place, put this thing together. We'll kind of move it around a bit, make sure everything works. It kind of make sure it kind of lines up like this, and then we'll adjust where we need to. But in the meantime, I've got these wear bars in the way, and they get them on these Sanis like that. So I got to take a cutting torch. I got to torch these off. So what I did was I put it up against the bucket there. I'll allow for my 1/2 inch here, but I'm going to come out here and cut these out of the way so this can sit flat on the stick. What I'm going to use is the scarfing tip. So if you notice, it's at an angle, right? So what that does is it allows you can move this where you want it, and allows you to get right close on the material, right? And I can just sit there and cut along the bottom of that. So that's what that allows for. So I'm gonna get everything set up, get that set up, and then I'm gonna get the angles on that torch tip where I want it, and then we'll get down here and we'll cut these bars off, and I'll run this camera a bit, kind of show you guys how close we can get to it. All right, well, let me get set up. All right, guys, I think I got it all done. I'm gonna set the camera down, and if you can, always protect that cylinder, that rod right there, okay? I'm gonna be cutting way down past that, so I just put it a little extra, put one of my leathers up there, and there's a box that was already around it. So I just don't want to, it's brand new, so you don't want to get any spatter on that. You don't want to damage that in any way. You don't want to have to pay for that. And also, all the slag and all my materials coming down here, and there are hydraulic lines down here too. So just put something up to try to catch all of that and minimize minimize that going down there, because you can burn those lines. So let's see here, let me try to get you guys set up. All right, let's try not to burn that camera down. Okay, guys, I got the scarf and tip how I think I want it. Okay, let this guy heat up a little bit. It's awesome. Alright guys, I seem to have got some spatter on my lens here, so several spots. Oopsie. Oops, yeah, so I'm gonna call that good, and I'm gonna get this thing out of the way because it's shooting back this way and I didn't want to ruin my camera, so I'm gonna knock that out of the way. I'm gonna start again, and then I'll show you when I'm done. Alright guys, did what I could with the scarfing tip. It just was too much hitting this other side, so I just kind of cut it down in segments, worked my way down, and got a little lower and a little lower. There's the three of the main strips right there, but I let all this stuff pile up here because it helps seal it in and doesn't let it get down inside there. It looks ugly right now. I cut a little deep here and got a little deep there too. I was down a little too much, but that's fine. That piece is going to go right over that. We're going to weld right through that. I'm going to get my arc gouge out, and I've got some of those. I think they're, what are they? They're flat. I can't remember if they're 5/8. I think they're 5/8 by 3/16, I believe. So what I'll take is I'll get my arc gouge out, and I'm going to wipe this, wipe it all down, get it down past that weld, get rid of all that, and then but I'm going to set you guys up. I just want, I'm a little emotional right now. I got some specs on this camera lens, but you know, whatever. So let me get that set up, and then I'll set you guys up, and I'll do a little bit of arc gouge, and then you can see that and then see the results. All right, hold on. All right guys, I'm here. While I'm standing by my ground, I just had to let you know my ground is on. Things haven't been going my way this morning, but you know, what do you expect? So couldn't get the torch to work right. That's probably me, but whatever. I couldn't get it to work right, so I take all that. But I got it down, so we're gonna finish it up with the arc gouge. In the meantime, I needed air from my air compressor, and I went to try to start that thing up, and well, the exhaust was full of water. So I had some pretty good rains here, and it must have went in sideways and filled it up. I believe it was, well, I know it was down inside the cylinder, because the engine was hydro-locked, so I had to slowly pull on it and get that water worked out. So I did. Had a little acetone left over from a job where I did some cleaning on some aluminum, and I put that on the air filter just to help it a little bit, maybe get in there and dry out that cylinder. Long story short, I got it done. So it started, we're running, my welder's running. We're gonna come back here. If you're doing any kind of welding, gouging, anything that uses electricity, make sure to turn the main off. You don't want to take any chances with surging the electronics on these things, the ECMs on the engine, or the computers that, you know, work everything else. So you don't want to do that. That's a costly oops, just to, you know, could have been avoided, to just come back here and click, turn that thing to off. So Pretty easy if you don't know how to do it. That's on. That's off. So, oops, something sounded horrible over there. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get this thing going. I'm gonna set you guys down real quick. I'm gonna set you guys down without dropping you. There we go. And then I'll turn my compressor on, make sure everything's good, and then we'll get back to it. right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and turn the video off. I just wanted to show you real quick what it's doing. See, it's swiping it away really nice, and there's a line right there. See, you want to expose that line, and as soon as you do, boom, it falls off. So I'm just wiping away the welds. So let me get back to it. I'll get all those off and cleaned up and let you see the results. Okay guys, let's catch up to speed real quick. Before I forget, we do this whole thing, and all I have is partial prep work. So here's what I did. I cut out those wear bars. See, and I kind of stepped up around the mount here, and so that's what it looks like. I tried to taper them down like the other ones, the factory ones, but more important, so I've got this bucket here at full curl, okay, like the instructions say, and it's at a minimum 1/2 inch, right? But I went ahead and put this dude in between them, set this guy up. Once I did that, I took my tape measure and I squared it off the sides, made sure it was square all the way around, so it's like 1 and 5/16 or something like that. So once I got that, got it where I wanted it, I did some hard tacks, right, because we're gonna have to fit this before we weld it. And then I came up here, did the same thing, squared it up. Well, actually, so this is a 3-inch bore, right? So I found center, 1.5 inches, transferred it down here, transferred that one up to here, messed up on that one, but I found I know my dimension here. So it's got to be inside to inside because I've done them before. It's two and roughly 1/4, almost 5/16. So just boom, kind of, you know, these plates kind of are off a little bit. If you measure down, they're kind of a little bit different each time. But it's what I did here and here, and then squared it up, made sure my distances were good with that 3-inch bore down there, and which should be 59 3/8. And let me get my tape measure real quick. So what I'm going to do real quick on this is I'm going to go from the inside of this bore like so. Okay, I'm just going to hook it right there on the inside of that bore, if I can't do it with one-handed. And I'm going to run it. Okay, I just did this. I'm going to run up to the outside of this bore, 59 3/8, and I did the other side too, and it's square. It's 59 3/8. So I've got hard tack here, here, and here. So what I'll do is I'll go get a forklift and some help. I'm gonna move this guy out away from my truck, and then we will fit the thumb and the hydraulic ram real quick, make sure everything works good, and then we'll weld it up, and I'll get some pictures of me welding. All right guys, we'll see you back. All right guys, I got the thumb mounted. Everything looks good. There's no binding, it's even on there. I'm using the strap here through there as a mechanical, I guess, way of moving it. It's not hydraulic, so I'm gonna just do this one-handed, right, so you guys can see. Oh. Do it one-handed. See, use that strap there to move that thumb, since I don't have any hydraulic power right now. So everything lines up good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this dude where I can, and I am going to weld it out, and then I'll put you guys down. Let me get it all set up, and then we'll get some shots of welding.
All right, guys, here's my first pass, and we're done. Just kidding. The reason I did that is these 6011s, they penetrate really deep. 7018s, they don't penetrate as deep, but these are deep penetrating. So, and when I cleaned off the paint from this, I knocked that corner down. I put a slight bevel. I didn't do like a pipe bevel or anything like that, but I just knocked that corner off. So I use that 6011 to get in there, fill that up, and then I'm going to cap that with a 7018. So it's not pretty, but it'll be pretty. So let me go ahead and do this, and then I'll get back with you. All right, guys, I'm done. Did it in one day. I started at 7 o'clock. No, I'm sorry, 8 o'clock, and it is 4:23. So some might say it shouldn't have taken me that long. Some might say it's good. I don't know. That's just how long it took me. So I had to, prep it like we saw. I had to put all this on by myself with the borrowed forklift. See? So, but here's what I did. Okay, so remember my 6011 route? So I did that all the way around there and up there. And then I came back with a 7018, 1/8 inch 7018 on 125 amps, and I capped that on both of those. So I'm really not a big fan of welding all the way around. The instructions on this didn't say, it just said fully weld. That's all it said. Fully weld. So there was no weld instructions other than that, and use 7018. So that's what I did. Now I've put these on before, and what I opt to do with these, that is where I put my ground clamp, FYI. Is I do, like I said, my single pass all the, well, 6011 cap with a 7018 all the way around, and then I come back and I do my multi passes on the ends, right? See, on the ends, And I do that up there, and I did it down there too. And then there's a plug weld down in there, so it's a little dirty. Some slag fell down in there, that's why it's icky down there. But anyways, that's what that looks like all the way around. See, and I need to chip out. Oh, there's some slag in there too. I'll chip that out before I paint it. So that's that. Okay. See, and I wanted to get you a shot of welding, my welds unpainted. See what you guys think. See what I need to do different, if anything. See, I try to every pass I do. So this is, everything is uphill, guys. I did everything uphill. So, cause that, you know, it's at that angle. So everything's uphill. So I wrapped it around there and everything, tried to tighten there. Then I started here and went up. Started here, that, you know, kept starting there to go up. And I finished here on all of them. So that's that. And then this is a stop block. I had the customer come out and see if it's gonna be okay, because this is supposed to sit here, but I got these wear bars in the way. The only thing I was worried about is this being up too high and hitting that boom when they fully curl this thing in. But we tried it and it doesn't, so he said just go ahead and weld it here. So that's what I did. Once again, 6011 to start with, got down in there, then 3 passes of 7018. I don't think it's going anywhere. Did the same down there. You can see how, but that's that. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna clean up, spray paint this, snap some after photos, and then I'm heading home, because it's like 60 miles home, so it's like 2 hours with the traffic here. So I'm out of here. All right, see you next time.